Good morning. Welcome students to this fifth video lecture on apiculture. So in the last lecture we were discussing about the different different apiculture equipments, and we discussed about the bee box or the beehive, then queen excluder we discussed, and now the third equipment that is used for apiculture is honey extractor. Honey extractor works in the principle of centrifugal force. This is an equipment with which honey is extracted in the purest form without damaging the comb. By using this is a container on which the comb frames are loaded with, and electric current will be supplied, and it is in the circular motion, and a centrifugal force will be applied. The honey will be extruded out without damaging the frame. So various models of extractors are there. Both the hand operated as well as the power operated is present. The smaller size on which the few number of frames can be included are there, and the larger extractor in which a more number of frames can be included. So depending upon the type of apiary you are having, you can choose the honey extractor, the models of honey extractor, whether small or large. The honeycomb, actually it is whirled in a cage enclosed in an outside container, and the honey thus thrown out under the centrifugal force is freed from the extraneous matter. The honey-filled comb, you can see these frames on which the honey-filled combs are present, and it is placed safely inside the extractor, and a circular motion is enabled, and this results in the centrifugal force, and as a result of the centrifugal force, the honey which is stored inside each comb will be extruded out and will be stored inside the container, and there will be the tap at the bottom of the container, and through that we are able to collect the honey. So that's all about the honey extractor. Then the next is about the uncapping knife. This is a simple equipment which is used for removing the capping of the honeycomb. When the cells of the honey that is filled, they are sealed by the capping, or they are capped by the honeybees with the wax, and this wax capping have to be removed with the help of a knife. This is a picture showing this is a picture of a knife which is used to remove this capping. The uncapping knife is mainly made up of the steel, or a double jacket knife heated by the steam is just used for this purpose. And this wax capping have to be removed with the help of the knife before extracting the honey. So every comb will be capped by the wax, and it has to be removed before it is placed inside the inside the honey extractor. This is an electrical knife, a picture of the electrical knife. So that is the fourth equipment that is used for beekeeping. Then there are the other equipments which is widely used. That is the materials such as the protective garments. You can see these are the garments that are used, which is composed of the gloves, net beam that covers the head region, the bee net will be there, brush will be there. This is a brush, and they are equipped for easily and well-planned handling of the bees. So those who are going to collect the honey from collect the beehive frames from of the beehive has to wear this type of garments in order to protect themselves from the bee stinging. Okay, so these are some of the equipment which is used for beekeeping. Let's just revise once more. So it's a picture landscape beehive, picture of a diagrammatic picture of a beehive. It's called as a landscape beehive or movable beehive. At the base, it will be having a stand on which there is a bottom board, above which there is a brood chamber, and above brood chamber there is a super chamber or the honey chamber. Then there is an inner cover. Then there are the top covers, and inside the super chamber you can see the frames, and also in the brood chamber you can see the frames. And these frames will be having a top bar, a side bar, and a bottom bar. And this piece will be covered by a comb foundation, and on which the combs are built by the bees. And this is a bee stand onto which a hive is placed. A hive is placed above this stand in order to protect this hive from the other predators. And these are the simple equipments which I used. This is a diagrammatic view of a honey extractor. It's a honey extractor. You can see this is a cylindrical drum shape, and inside this there is a holder or rack onto which the frames of the beehive can be inserted. And there is a gear wheel and there is a hand. This is a picture showing a hand rotatory extractor. Then this is a person covering the wheel. Then this is a picture of a honey extractor. This is an uncapping knife. This is a hive tool in order to separate the one frame from the other. This hive tool can be used. There is a spur wire embedder. Then there is an uncapping knife, scraper knife. There is a brush. So these are the few equipments which are used for beekeeping. And these can be the dangerous, and the beekeeper must take several safety measures or the precautions when they are working around the honeybee colony. And a hat or a wheel like this is commonly used to keep the safe and the neck protected from the stings. And these are the long gloves which are used popularly for the beekeeping persons. Although there is a complaint that these gloves can restrict the movement, but still it's safer to use this type of gloves. Then there are the hooded suit. You can see a complete suit is there, typically made from the light colored fabric to help to distinguish the beekeeper from the honey bee's natural predators. May also be used. Then while working with an honey bee colony, a beekeeper uses a smoker. So this is a smoker. This is a picture of a smoker which helps to calm the bees. The smoker is used to produce a smoke. The smoke is useful in the beekeeping because it masks the guard bees' alarm pheromones and encourages the other bees to feed by tricking them into thinking they will soon need to abandon their hive. And the smoke gives the beekeeper enough time to inspect the colony and perform any needed maintenance. You can see here the person holding a smoker applies the smokes to the hive, and he is able to easily inspect this hive. What do we need to harvest the honey, and how do we do it? So after a fixed period of time, we can collect the honey from this hive, and each stack is a hive, and each box is called as a super, and the supers, and these are the super. Above the brood chamber there is a super chamber or the honey chamber, from which we can collect the frames. And the bee, these frames will be linked together due to the bee glues. Absolutely, it has to be removed. And for this separation, we can use this hive tool. This hive tool can be used to separate these boxes and frames inside this chamber, inside this super chamber, or the or the honey chamber. And these frames or these boxes are held together with the bee glues, which is absolutely called as a propolis, which resembles the resin more than the wax. So the wax produced by the honeybee will be mixed with the resins and the pollen to form the propolis, and the beehive is held together with the help of this sticky substance. So at the time of harvesting, each box has to be separated by using this hive tool. And there is only one correct way to smoke. We have to smoke the hive before we collect the super chamber. And there is only a way to correct way to smoke, but no two beekeepers agree that this smoker, the many of them do not agree, and the pine straw or the coconut husk can be used inside the smoker, and the smoke makes the bees unusually calm. And only after supplying the smoke, one should approach the hive or disturb the hive. And first of all, you can remove the super chamber or the honey chamber, and then you can see here the person is supplying the smoke, and many of the bees will be found in this vicinity of the super chamber. They has to be eliminated by supplying excess amount of smoke. And here you can see the frame inside the box, and these frames, each frame has to be separated and it has to be taken and it has to be uncapped to be placed inside the honey extractor. And depending upon the species, the amount of the honey which gets collected inside this frame also varies. And this is an extractor, a modern extractor, and after decapping they can be placed inside this, and you can see a tap over here. This is a tap, and the honey can be collected. So this is the person uncapping the cap of the honeycomb. This is the frame you can see here. This is the frame, and this is the uncapping knife with which the person uncaps the whole comb. Let's carefully remove the excess wax by using the brush and clearly open the hive. Each cell is opened and it is placed inside the extruder. You can see an extruder here with a handle, and it is placed safely. The frame is placed safely inside this honey extractor. And this is the collection of clear honey. You can see a good picture of honey, which is original and the correct honey. Okay, so that's all about the different equipments and the ways by which harvesting is made. So there are the different equipments. The first of all, you have to study about the hive. Then the certain beekeeping equipment such as a honey extractor, uncapping knife, then wheel, hive tool, smoker. Then there is a there is a comb foundation. Then there is a queen gate and queen case. We will discuss in the next session. Thank you.